Hi everyone, it's Maddie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am coming to you with a review video on one of my latest Louis Vuitton purchases. This is the Anna clutch in Vernis in the Dune color. I wanted to do a review on this bag. I purchased it I think a month or two ago, and now I've had some time to use it and get used to the bag and develop some thoughts on it and kind of go through some pros and cons on this bag. And so I just wanted to share it with you because I know not many people on YouTube have this bag, and I don't know if there are any in-depth reviews on it. I know Stanley Dragon Jr. has the Anna clutches, and she's had them for a long time, and so I just thought, you know, between the two of us, we'd be able to educate some more people about this bag that isn't very well known or super popular online. Before I really get started, I wanted to let you guys know that I have the door open in here just because it's kind of warm outside, and so if you hear any ambient background noise, I apologize. I needed to have it open and air it out. I don't have AC, and I think having the door open is not as disruptive as the fan, but let me know. I'll watch it back and make sure it's not too bad, but hopefully that's okay. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get into it. This is the beautiful Anna clutch. So I'll start by going over the details of this bag. This bag retails currently in the States, I believe it is around $1,700. I'll put the exact price that I paid down below. It is in the beautiful Vernis leather, which is patent leather, and so it's super shiny, and it has kind of like a sparkly shimmer in it. I don't know if the camera will pick up that glossiness. It comes with gold hardware. There are few different ways to wear this bag. It has a built-in chain that is not removable. If you look here on like the corner attachments, it's like permanently on both sides. You can wear it on your shoulder with the chain, which I think is actually a good generous size. I'm not the smallest girl, I don't have the smallest arms, but it fits nicely. Like there's a lot of room under my arm here to wear it. You can also tuck this chain inside the bag all the way across like this and kind of do a wristlet thing with it, which I like to do because I like the clutch look. A lot of times I feel like I'm a little too clumsy for a clutch and I wouldn't want to drop my bag, and so it's nice to have the little extra support. You can tuck the chain all the way in, and there it is, and use it just as a clutch if you're like better at holding things than me, I guess. This bag also comes with a shoulder strap. It is also in the Vernis leather. Here it is. It is definitely not long enough for crossbody. You can see it's quite short here, and so if it's across me, it goes to like right under my, what is it, rib cage? It has the normal LV clasps on both sides. Inside the bag, well, so down the front, there's this detail gold bar that says Louis Vuitton on the front. It's nice and shiny. On the inside of the bar, and this is one of my favorite features of this bag, it says when the Louis Vuitton fashion house was founded, and I just think that's a really cute, sweet little detail. Inside the bag in this top flap, it's kind of like a light brown textile fabric lining, so I am pretty careful with this because I'm worried about this fabric like getting stained. I feel like since this fabric isn't coated or anything, it can pick up color really easily. Inside the bag here, hopefully you can see, there's the maiden stamp right here with no color on it. This bag was made in France. There are 6 card slots, 3 on each side. Open pit here, which is the same textile fabric here. And then there's a zip pocket right at the front, which is also fabric, yeah. And then the zipper pull on the inside here, see if you can get a good shot of it, also has Louis Vuitton written on it, and it's like the newer zipper style. That is, yeah, I think that is all the features of the bag. There's light stitching around the outside here, so just right off, I think like a few, and it is a magnetic closure. So right off, I think a few small cons to this bag would be definitely, I don't think it could take a lot of wear and abuse. You know, the Vernis leather is pretty sensitive to scuffing and color transfer, and so you have to be careful of that. There's the fabric lining in here that I feel like could pick up color pretty easily. If you spilled something on it, I think it'd be really hard to lift out of this. And the other thing that I worry about is this light colored stitching here. I think that like the nature of the thread along the outside is such that it would pick up color, but you wouldn't be able to remove it if it got really dirty. So those are all the cons, and I think they're all kind of the same thing, which is that this isn't a bag to throw around. Like, it is a bag for more formal, more delicate events, and so you just have to treat it more nicely and more gently, and, you know, don't take it to the club, but you can take it to nice lunch or weddings or formal events. I bought it for weddings since I had a darker clutch, but I felt like that was a little bit too heavy for, you know, most, you know, wedding attire. Like, you want to be wearing something nice and floral and light, and I think that this is great for that. I love that it's a neutral color, and I also love that the, you know, empreinte on the vernis is more subtle, and it's not super flashy in your face like the way multicolor is. So, you know, it's just a little bit more demure while still being fun. Okay, so first, then let's pack up this bag with a bunch of stuff that fits in. So normally the way I would pack up my bag is I would put the cards in the card slots back here. If I needed to bring cash, which sometimes is good to bring to weddings, even if it's like an open bar or something, it's still good to have a little bit of cash, you know, to like tip people and stuff like that. So just in this zip pocket here, I would put some cash. And I'm just going to pretend like there are cards in the card slots, because that can get tricky. I would put in my Chanel key holder, and this will fit up and down like that. This is the Chanel Double Perfection Lumiere Compact, and I'll stick that in right next to it. Then I would grab a lipstick. Here's my Tom Ford lipstick in Pussycat. Yeah, number 4 Pussycat. Neutral color. A lip gloss. This is the Chanel number 41 Glossomer. Pretty neutral. So you can see already, like, there is a lot of room in here still. So while I would normally put my cards in the card holder, you could fit something small like this empreinte clay. And that would pretty much fill up the bag here. So just let it flop shut until it kind of like pops into place. You want the magnet to kind of catch like that. And so you can see it's pretty full, but it's not bulking out. The magnet's fully caught. It's not coming loose. And that is how it would all pack up. Alternatively, I mean, you can fit any kind of slim little guy in here too. Just stuck in my new Blotterazzi type thing. It packs right up. So yeah, I think pros for this bag would be that it does fit a lot for such a small bag. I think because of the structure, you know, the vernis isn't really stretching, but it also isn't collapsing at all like you would with the walk. The walk, the more you pack it, the more it expands, where this is kind of like a set width. So I think it's actually, like, due to the design and the shape, it can hold a lot, which I find really nice. I think that's a pro. Another pro would be all the different ways you can wear it. I like that this chain is good for the shoulder, and you can also bring it across and just do wristlet style, and that it comes with a shoulder strap. This is actually one of my favorite ways to wear it, is just over one shoulder with the bag kind of at your hip. Although the vernis will be prone to color transfer, I think that smaller things, like if there's just like splash of something on it, you can just wipe it away and it won't bubble or go crazy. Over time, I have heard that especially the lighter colors of the vernis can yellow, and so that's something to look out for, and just make sure that I'm taking care of it. Every time I put it away, I wipe it down with a dust cloth, which I have right here. and just make sure that like all the oils from my hands or, you know, just being out and about are taken away, and it gets this beautiful sheen, and you can really see the shimmer when there's no fingerprints or anything on it. I think for the price, for a formal bag, this is actually really great. I mean, something similar from Chanel would cost like hundreds of dollars more, and I think the versatility that you get out of this, the high quality leather, and just all the little details like the card slots and the zipper pocket and like the many different ways you can wear it really make it a great bag, and I think it's highly underrated. The only other thing is that Stanley Dragon Jr. mentioned on her channel that like sometimes this magnet, she has trouble closing it, so you really can't overpack it. So right now I have 2 pouches, and then like if I try and squeeze this empreinte clay in with the 2 others, you can see how this is bulking up, and I don't really want to leave it like that, and then this like wouldn't fully catch. And so you do have to be careful about overpacking it that way. But if I take it out, and you can see I have 2 compacts in there, it just kind of thumps down and it's really locked in, and I think it feels pretty secure. Hopefully your formal events aren't going anywhere where you're worried about people slipping in and out of your bag, and there can be a little bit more trust at weddings and things like that. I really enjoyed it, and I also, the other thing I wanted to say is that this Dune color I think is a really great neutral. I've worn it with like actually like an emerald green dress like this, and I think it has a nice contrast. I've worn it with like a light pink like dusty rose. I think, yeah, pretty much any dress that isn't black, this would be a great choice, and it's really easy to match, and I think the gold hardware adds a little bit of luxe and extra fun. So yes, that is my review of the Anna clutch in Vernis. Here, we'll do a close-up of the chain. This chain is actually really nice too because it sits flat. That's like the flat side of it, and that's the full side. So this is how it sits against your shoulder, and it's actually really comfortable. It, you know, a lot of times when you're wearing dresses, you don't necessarily have like shirt protection for your skin, but I haven't found it irritating at all. Like, it sits really nicely, and I think it's because when it sits flat, it's a little bit wider and it distributes the weight over it. What else to say about this bag? I think that's it. I really like it. I like that it's, you know, unique and subtle, but it has just those small details, you know, like the shape of it is just, it looks so clean and nice and like well crafted, and feels that way. There's something that feels very old school about it too. Like, even though I said that this textile lining here was the con because I feel like it could stain easily, there's something that feels very vintage about this being fabric lined in here. So yeah, that's everything inside, and that is my review of the Dune Vernis Anna clutch from Louis Vuitton. I hope you enjoyed that review. Please leave any questions down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to all my friends here on YouTube who are subscribed. I love you guys. You guys are awesome, and I will talk to you soon. See you in a video later this week. Okay, great. Have a great day, you guys. I will talk to you later. Bye!